weave in my ends. So we're going to use a little jumbo darning needle. And what you're going to do is look for one purl bump. So any of these purl bumps that are right here, right at the beginning of the corner, any bump that you see, you will put your needle under the nearest two bumps and pull your darning needle through. You want it to be snug, but you don't want it to be too tight. Then you're going to put your needle underneath another bump and then back through the first bump that you put it under and pull through. Then under one, under another bump, and then pull through. Then go the opposite direction, under a bump, and then under the first bump, and pull through. Under those little purl bumps, and then pick another one in the opposite direction, and then go back under that first one that you first put your yarn through. And what that does is that you're creating a more secure way to put your yarn in there. Instead of just going in and weaving in and out, weaving in and out, and when you put it through the same purl bump, you're securing it a little better. And then I tend to pull on the knitting a little bit to make sure that it still stretches naturally. Then if you look at the front side, you can't even see that you are weaving in ends on the other side. I am going to do this one more time, but on the opposite side using the contrast color, just so you can see that this method is invisible. You can't see it through the front side of the work. So we'll use the contrast color and find the first bump on the corner and go through the second bump. First bump on the corner, go through the second bump and pull through. I'm going in the opposite direction, go to a bump, next bump, pull through, and then opposite direction again, go under the first bump and then back through the bump that you just did, securing it. So we'll go up through two purl bumps, and then when we come back down, we will catch the purl bump that we had just put yarn through. So if you see, because you can see it with the contrast color, you're kind of making an S shape, but going back and forth, always catching at least one loop that you have already put the yarn through previously. We're doing that as often as possible. I tend to weave in ends pretty, like a long time, a lot of length, but you can do it as short or long as you want it. Tug on those, make sure that that's secure, and then if we flip it over, you can see that the weaving in ends is completely invisible on the other side when you do that method.